Welcome to the Crypto Navigator Show. I'm your host, Alan. And tonight we got a few on deck tonight. We got DJ Jazzy Sean, we have Diamond Hands, and we got Marvin Davis on hand. Welcome, guys.
What up?
What's up?
How you doing,
And
fellas?
Happy Hump Day.
What's
That's
up, Marvin?
right.
What's up, Diamond? What's up,
Alan?
Alan?
How you doing?
What's going on,
Guys,
fellas?
I hope the notifications are going out. Some people have been having some issues. Shout out to the chat. I see we got Silver Days showing up first thing in the chat. I love it. See the crazy ones. I think I've seen you before. I got some of your comments there. We'll have to go over some of those tonight. Gerald, good to see you, buddy. Patsy, I see you in the chat. Sophie, good to see you, girl.
Sophie,
And
also.
Dextorius and Bobby T showing up. There we go. What's up, guys? What's up? Got a little bit to talk about tonight. It's so hard to keep up now. God, the popcorn is just the bag's getting fuller by the day, guys. I'm having to eat more popcorn just to keep entertained with all this excitement.
The news cycle is crazy. Go ahead, Alan.
No, I was gonna say Marvin was talking about it. He was really bullish on it, and so were you, Sean. So either one of you want to go first and talk about it?
Marvin.
Well, yeah, I'm just paying attention to the a lot of the distraction that's going on, and at the same time, like I was telling Alan them in backstage, at the same time, the reaction of the people that's watching the distractions. You know, people are getting sidetracked and not staying on par with the goal that they set, and letting small things drag them, away from the final destination. And I'm not talking about any particular person, because like I said, the same thing has happened to me throughout my life, throughout different things that I've done. I've been able to let something or someone distract me, and I never reached the goal that I was trying to get to. And I always was in the back of my mind saying, what if I would have, or what shoulda, woulda, coulda type of effect. So this ain't the time to be getting distracted, man. We getting close. And every time I've seen in this space, when people start getting distracted and looking at other things, the thing that you're supposed to be focused on is the thing that's getting ready to take off. So just stay grounded is, I guess, what I'm getting at. Try to stay grounded. Yeah, it get boring. XRP gets boring. We all know that. And it's hard to watch other projects go up when XRP's not doing anything. You know what I'm saying? But it is doing a whole lot. You just don't know what it's doing. I think that's the problem. We don't have all the information on what's going on with XRP or Ripple or any of these coins. So we in the blue and not in the know. So for a lot of us, it's frustrating. It's fun to me. It's not frustrating to me, but for a lot of folks, it is. So I'm just here to try to help everybody, man, stay positive and stay grounded.
Yeah, absolutely. Right on. Good sharing on that. Sean, you were kind of alluding to a couple things tonight. You want to share a little bit about what your thoughts were? I'm going to share a little bit about on a couple things I learned today about XRP and some of the things that CypherX, if he's got time tonight, might come on and share. But if not, I got some of the market update and what Cypher does and his little reports. Since I'm a member of his program, he allowed me to share some of it tonight. So,
okay,
little market update.
Okay, so Alan, first of all, guide me a little bit. What's the first thing you wanted me to talk about? And shout out to the chat.
Yeah, what's up? We got a few new people coming in. I'm going to give a shout out to them real quick. Shout out to Bobby T. I see Nina in the house. I see We the Bank. What's up? And Gmail Brown. Welcome in. And I saw you early, Silver Days, if you didn't get my shout out. Yeah, we're going down a couple avenues because, I mean, right now we're at either a inflection point where a sunshine meeting tomorrow is a nothing burger, or we actually have some kind of something actually being implemented. I'm really excited. The market's obviously being affected by it. You were talking about geopolitical events also going on, Sean, and what you were learning about that. I haven't mainly been focusing that, so that will help me a little bit. I've been more focused on what's happening in the crypto space. I'll share a little bit of my recent endeavors of what I'm doing with my sell bag, not financial advice. As the disclaimer for tonight's evening's show, This is not a financial advice channel. We don't put financial advice on here. We're YouTubers documenting our journey on crypto and what we are doing with our money. We don't give a crap about what you do with your money. So wherever you do with your money is fine by us. But we like to share what we're doing with our money. And you can just tag along and enjoy the ride if you like. If not, each to his own. But while you're here, if you do like what you hear, please like and subscribe to the channel. It helps out in a big way. It does cost money to keep StreamYard going and getting a panel of 5 to 10 people on at a time. There is a QR code here. I don't ask for nothing. If you feel God's leading you to donate something to the channel to help me out, pay for expenses, great. If not, please continue to get some value while you're here and pass on some value. Share this with a friend if you like. Sean, would you mind kind of sharing a little bit about some of what you're seeing in geopolitical and what others are sharing, that little nuggets that you learned?
Yeah. Which we talked about a couple different things, so just pick one and I can go off that.
So DAI was sharing a little bit. I'm not in his private group, so he doesn't hold back in there. So I don't get all that insight. So man, anything in that would be good because he does got some pretty good nuggets in there. And what's up, 23? I see you in the house there, bro. Go ahead, Sean.
So the interesting thing is that, and what he says in the private group is all crypto related, but it's gone more geopolitical because of all the things that have happened over the past 3 weeks. 1 week you get a contender get shot, and then you have another contender a week later drop out. And within that realm, what is happening is that the guy that gets assaulted is pro crypto. He said as much. He's going to speak at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, and that's where he is. The other guy that's dropping out is like, I have, certain people in the Senate that are anti-crypto and anti-crypto army, and that's where they're at. So it's just been really interesting to see that the space that we are in and what we're interested in has been impacted by geopolitics. And you would think that that's not a thing, but it's a very, very serious thing. And that's because it has to do with the financial system, the banking system, and the banking system is very integral into the political system. And that's one of the things I've learned, over the past 3 weeks, but I also learned it 5 years ago, that nothing happens in financial systems without it happening in politics first, especially in the United States and in England. So just let that sink in and pay attention. Anybody in the chat, just pay attention, see where we're at, see where you're at, see what you think, do your research, and that'll guide your decisions.
Absolutely right on, Sean. Yep, that's leading right into what I want to share right now. If y'all can see this, can you see it in the screen right now? John, can you see it?
No, I don't see anything.
All right, hang on 1 second. Okay. Hard to do while I'm managing. Anyway, guys, we got some geopolitical events happening on top of, some strengthening of the dollar and weakening of the dollars where the chart's been really volatile. I was trying to share some of this market update. I'll just read it. So right now, the current market cap's between 2.4 trillion, lost over $34 billion this week. The dollar strengthened pretty significantly, had some major dynamics in the way the price action was. Positive PMI data indicates strong business activity growth in the U.S. economy. Growth in business confidence remains are really of concern. The market's closely monitoring this Federal Rate Reserve cut in September. So if we get that, it could be really bullish, could be a more dovish from the Fed, and we could really get a major ascension here. Because the dollar, anytime the dollar moves up, it weakens risk assets. And with this, this optimism of this rate cut, we're really going to see some risk assets get some strengthening, especially XRP. It's why we're seeing this movement right now. I'm bullish. I personally have some. I'm going to share it going to my FOMO. So I personally have a sell bag that I only keep on an exchange, the sell bag that I plan on selling, and I do move it on and off of cold storage from time when I feel instabilities in the market. So I don't care about paying a fee or two occasionally. But so I personally sold everything that I have and I put it all in the XRP. I think we're gonna actually have a pretty good run up here quickly, but I don't think it's gonna stick around. I think like every single time and like normal, we're gonna have a good pullback because people like taking profit. So my thought sentiment is take the ride up. Take the ride up. I can buy everything back for much cheaper when everything does dump back. Because, you know, if it does dump, great. I made a bunch of profit and I could buy stuff back cheaper. If it doesn't, I'm all in on XRP now on my sell bag. So when we hit that high number, whatever that being, and I don't like throwing a whole bunch of numbers out there, but I mean, let's face it, we could get this, you know, $3.33 is like the all-time high, or 44 cents. So we should be, I think, comfortably without, you know, saying a ridiculous number. $5 is going to be very achievable if we get this this settlement. I think it should go ultimately all-time high and or a few dollars overnight. I couldn't see why it shouldn't do that. Absolutely, because that should be an instant unlock. Now, some of the numbers like the 33 for $1 trillion coming in on top of what the price of XRP is pretty significant. There's a lot of chart analysts that'll, you know, give you numbers on price of market cap, but 3 catalysts are also coming that we all know about, or if you don't know and you're just listening in, I want to fill you in. So we have the potential of obviously tomorrow's sunshine meeting that is going to take place, that we could get a settlement announcement and or some type of judgment on what the actual fine will be. And then potential ETF. That is highly likely. I don't think an ETF is needed personally, but let's face it, we are in a volatile market and that's where people make money. And then third is we know the third one is definite. The stable coin is coming out, and that is going to put bullish action on the price of XRP. We're seeing it right now. So at minimum, even though the dollar's been weakening a little bit, that's why we've seen our little price action up of, and we have a nice little altcoin pump. We do have an Ethereum ETF coming in the catalyst as well. So this is why we're getting the price action. So shout out to the couple new ones showing up. The Alien, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Crazies, I got a couple comments from you. I'm gonna answer a couple of them, but before I do, Diamond Hands, how you doing, buddy? You hanging in there?
Yeah. Just a shout out to the boys, Berserker and Uncle Buster and Nerdy. Put all this crap together every week also, and I know it's a lot of work, guys. Bags, you know, shout out to them. Just shout out to everybody, man. The chat. We're going through some hard times, man. Prayer and focus. Just keep your head on straight.
Amen.
Amen.
Yeah, I think we're all kind of experiencing enlightenment in one way or the other, you know, whether it's in here, or in here. Hopefully it's all three, you know. Some of us it's only going to be here. Some of it's going to be here and here, and some of us it's going to be all three. You know, hopefully you get all three out of this, and you did gain something more than just money out of this venture, because I know a lot of you in this community. What's up, Alex Yeet? What's up, buddy? Have been here for years. So this is more than just a payday. For me, it's more than just a payday. For me, it's going to be the greatest example of faith and showing people that you can just go the extra mile and believe in something you can't hold, taste, touch, smell. This is a great example of it. So a lot of us will be able to utilize this for an amazing way in the future. So a couple other things. This market analysis that did you guys, Marvin, did you get the blockchain builder analysis report from Apex Crypto?
I did not. Nope.
Okay. For some of you that don't know Apex Crypto, most of you guys do. He's got a blockchain builders report that I thought was pretty good. I was trying to share that, but I'm having trouble getting into my windows. I think I got a little glitch or something. I'm a little leery with all the CloudStrike stuff to be messing around with my computer with certain things. So I don't want my live stream to go kaput. And yeah, but there was a few other things that I wanted to share tonight on a couple things that I learned. Somebody else put it, 23 put it in here, I think, earlier.
What's up, 23?
Yeah, ETF had some announcement on the ETF for XRP, but I don't know where he saw it at. I should come on and share sometime there, 23. Why don't you come on? Anyway, yeah, so that announcement of the ETF, obviously is potentially building price action up, but I think it's more or less the stable coin, guys. This stable coin is, I think, really been the end game for Ripple, because if you can move in and out of their own DEX, transfer from a XRP to a stable coin, and that amount of friction is going to be so minuscule compared to, let's say you had to go and use another chain that's going from an XRP to an Ethereum or an XRP to a XLM, even though it's similar technology, being that transfer from one chain to the next is going to be throughput time. Time is money, and time is going to be fees in the future. So the less steps, less bridges to move from one asset to the next, I think is ultimately going to be the end game. And we all know, if you all are over 30, you've learned already that, friction is money. And in the past, if you look at like .com era and banking in the past, when technology advanced, those that had the faster internet or the faster telecommunications were the ones making the most money, because the friction pays. So I think that's going to be the same. Obviously, technology always innovates, and the fastest technology is going to win. So I'm curious to see. I'm bringing it up for a reason. I'm really curious to see if anybody knows of a better case scenario where there's a stable coin pair and a native token that would actually perform better and or be cheaper in fees. And maybe somebody could put it in the chat. I mean, I hear a lot of people saying that Solana's faster and it's cheaper, but it don't have the stability. It doesn't have an approved stable coin with regulatory clarity. So there's another thing I'll throw out there, is a couple things that I'm not hearing a lot of anybody else talking about. What's up, Ed? Is the licensing agreements and why they're going to be needed, and why they're actually, if we're going to have crypto regulations, we're actually going to know what the definition of what is and what is not a cryptocurrency or a crypto commodity or a crypto security. We got to have some kind of definition for that if we're going to, create these new banking licenses. So, Bobby T, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Is an IOTA free on fees? I don't know if they have. The question was, Bobby, is stablecoin and native DEX what would actually be able to work together? I ultimately, it would be the best to work on the same native chain, so it could swap in and out without moving from one friction point to the next, because that is obviously going to incur more fees and or time, and time is money. HBAR is compatible. Yep, I would agree with you, Patsy, on HBAR for sure. But do they have a native stable coin or a stable coin that they can move in and out of simultaneously without as much friction versus like a the new Ripple stable coin and an XRP pair, let's say? That's my question is. I'm thinking
I think
not at this point. What's up, Narvin?
I think a lot of these layer one technologies will at some point create their own stablecoin. But this is what we got to remember: all of these technologies do something different for the most part. They all do something similar, but they all have their niche that they are specific to. So Solana and XRP do two different things, if I'm not mistaken. XDC and XRP and XLM, HBAR does something different. VeChain does something different, right? So that's where the interoperability comes in. I believe they're all going to help each other. That's what I believe. As some way, somehow, I don't care how much infighting it looked like they're doing, they're all going to help each other. So I think it's a system that's going to work together and have a bag of all of them, man. I'm not tribal to one. I like XRP more than most, but I'm not tribal to just one. You know, I'm very diversified. So Stronghold is another payments platform that's cheap and fast too. And it's cheap to buy right now. So then you have to look at it from a cost basis of XRP versus Solana. You know, do you go with the bigger, with the one that's the most, that may go to a higher dollar amount, or the one that's lower that may give you more ROI? You know what I'm saying? Return on your investment. You know, for me, if I was putting in $1,000, I would buy XRP over Solana. But if your XRP bag is already filled, then hey, you can kind of do whatever you want to do in these other spaces. Start building other things, but get one bag, then get the other. But we can't be worried about what one project may do over the other. If you're that worried about it, buy it too. Shit, if you're worried about it taking the place of what you have already, then you better get some of that too. That's kind of how you maybe settle that. I don't know.
Yeah. So so Alex was asking USDX or XR or XLUSD. Yeah, it's really, you mean USDC, or I'm not sure what the X you got there. Are you thinking it's going to be called that? They already said it was going to be RLUSD. But anyway, so USDC was another topic that we were sharing on Boardroom, and Buster was pretty bullish on USDC because we haven't actually launched the actual token for Ripple yet, but we know it's coming. It's already been announced. So I brought it up to be like in the future, what's going to be the one that the banks are really going to move it with. That's where the real money's going to come into play. And we know it's going to be XRP.
RLUSD, yeah. That's a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah, exactly. So now that the USDC is pretty much going to be XLM, we know that's going to be all the retail. So we see all these other ones starting to pop up though, which is pretty. Hold on, let's see what Yeats got here. Let's see. On the Flare network. Okay. I forgot about that one. Okay. I got it. I don't know, man. I really don't know about it. It's like, so here's my theory on all these additional ones. If I was a bank, what am I going to go with? Am I going to go with the cheapest thing on the planet? Probably not. I'm going to go with the cheapest, most reliable, and the most talked about one, or that everybody's really wanting to use. Honestly, I mean, it's going to boil down to that for me if I was to use it. So that's kind of how I think a lot of banks are going to think as well. It's not always the money, it's always the reliability and what's going to not get them screwed in the future. They have a lot going for it. So, but yeah, I mean, there's going to be lots of stablecoin options that could be used for, like you just said, Marvin, different purposes, like VeChain, perfect supply chain token. Walmart, Sam's Club. You got a couple. Ducati, I think, is on VeChain as well. So you got a bunch of those. Could definitely use a stablecoin. They could
Yeah.
use the V chain to tokenize everything, and as far as the logistics of tracking and reordering, and V chain's very unique. I got into V chain a long time ago. As a matter of fact, that's one of the coins. I still got my hold bag, guys. I got my sell bag that I at least recently just piled everything in the XRP side. I can just get this good run up, but I still have my hold. Not really sell any of it if I can, but that's my
Well,
savings account.
that's better. That's better than taking your XRP and put it into something else. You know what I'm saying? So,
What's up, Apex?
Apex, what's going on, bro?
ISO
What's up to the
Jetpack,
chat?
man. What's up, buddy? I ain't seen you in a while.
Nina Blossom.
And yeah, so I'm at the stage of where I'm looking at what's next. What's going to be the major shift? Because I see the pattern what they're going with here. We're going to have that flip switch moment where we're going to be pushed into these currencies, using them no matter what. But are we going to have like this really short period of time where we do have almost another scare blackout, black swan 3-month period where we don't actually have full moon? There's 2 scenarios that could actually really happen. Crypto Sealy, what's going on? Good to see you in the chat. And Ed, I don't know if I shouted you out. Good to see you in the chat as well. Yeah, so I could see that potentially happening, getting to $5, and then just boom, black swan, 2 months, just straight dump. It's all over. Everything's going to crap. Internet's in now, doesn't work. Crypto can't work because of the internet, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Major scare event, black swan event, and then full switch on. Everybody's cell phone's got a text message with, you got to download this wallet to get your any money kind of event. That's what I see. Full scale moon event, some scenario kind of like that. And I think that $5 is a price out moment, like to see kind of like this little cyber event that we just got, like a test. Oh, let's just rattle the feathers a little bit and see how much action we can get with this little test net. Just like all the test nets that they did. Remember when we did all of the tests for Project Hamilton, Project Ubin, Project Marietta, Blue Sky, and there's a host of them. But each one of them, if you go back and look, you can see fluctuations in the market. I believe it was changes between the public and the private ledger. And that's what I think we're about ready to see, a breaking between the two. And that's why I say like a $5 kind of like instantly show you what the real money is kind of deal on chain, and then boom, back it up. let's cash that out now. Let's reaccumulate and then get as much as we can and then flip the switch. That's what I think might happen. That's kind of what I'm feeling in my bones. That's why I'm mentioning this. For me, I'm not telling you what to do. This is what I'm doing. I got a small little sell bag that I got that I'm going to dump just in case we do get that 3-month little dog period of bad bear market again. And it's crappy and dark. And I got some money to buy that dump. So that's my plan. What were you going to say, Mel?
How much, like what percentage of your bags is that small?
Oh, yeah. Good question, man. Very good question. It's really tiny. It's like, I would say, okay, so I got to really think about that. 4%. 4%.
Yeah, my bag is small too. My sell bag is super small.
That's it. 4. And it was bigger than that before, but I don't like to keep a lot on there because you just never know. Even though it's I think a decent exchange, I don't know. I'm not a risk taker. We can have an event like we just had right now, like a CloudStrike event. Oh, it could easily take that exchange right down with it. Oh, they could say it was a CloudStrike event, and sorry about your luck. your crypto's on there, and we'll figure it out when we figure it out. And then
No,
guess
Alan,
what? You're
full
screwed.
disclosure, my sell bag is probably more than 4%, just because of my personal situation. It's probably closer to like 8% that's in, on exchange. But that's
Nice.
just full disclosure.
Alan, you say you're not a risk taker, huh?
I mean, yeah, I am, yes, but I'm not a really big risk taker. Like, I don't do a lot of staking. I just don't, just because, like I just mentioned, perfect example, exchange goes down, crypto's gone. Me personally, I'm just in that aspect, I would rather make a little less money because I'm not that greedy. I need money right now. I would love to make money right now. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I'm making half the money I used to make a couple years ago. So it's tough. But I'm patient enough that I can just, the little bit of extra money that I make, let's say if I took all my crypto right now and I staked all of it, I would make maybe at the most, I mean, biggest gains, $5,000 maybe if you think about it. But the
Well,
risk,
I wasn't really
putting all that on there, for me, I just, it's not worth it. So I would rather wait a whole nother year, not do anything, not put any on in an exchange or anything, and make $5,000 less in a year from now, 2 years from now. So I'm a numbers guy. $5,000 now versus that $5,000 in profit versus the risking, I'm going to say 6 digits for me. Hopefully, God willing, way more than that. It isn't worth it.
Well, kind of what I was I wasn't getting at it with that. What I was saying when you said you weren't a risk taker, most of us that are in crypto, for the most part, are risk takers. We took a risk jumping into a new asset class that we knew nothing about, for the most part. At least I'll speak for myself. I knew nothing about crypto the first year that I was in it. The first year, I knew nothing. I was green. So when I said you're not a risk taker, I was kind of being sarcastic and saying you kind of are a risk taker because you're in crypto. You see what I'm saying? So, and you've been in for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you're not a risk taker now. We're not taking risks now. We're mitigating the risk now. But we also understand that we're not gambling, and this isn't the lottery. And a lot of people, I don't think they can comprehend in this part of it. And I'm not talking about anybody that's on here. If you on here, if you in the chat, you already know what I'm finna say. But a lot of people think that this thing is just domestic. They think it's local. They think it's just in California or just in Texas or just in the United States. They're not understanding the global part of this, and that's where people don't understand the gains that can be made, because it's not just you and your friends that you talk to. Your little small circle that you talk to. We're a small circle in this market. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it like that, you see the bigger picture of it just not being about you and your immediate surroundings, then that's when it may creep into you like, this thing is a little bit bigger than I thought it was. So
what up, K-Hud? Oh, he gone.
What's up, K-Hud?
He dipped out. He probably just clicked on the wrong thing. And shout out to Ralph Cooper flying his drone. What's up, Ralph Cooper? And somebody else showed up in the chat earlier too. I just didn't want to miss him. Big Bro, good to see you, girl.
What's up, Big Bro?
And we got K-Hud back on stage. Good to see K-Hud, man.
What's going on?
What's up, K-Hud?
Hey.
What's going on, K-Hud?
Yo.
Hey, I want you guys, if I could bring this to the conversation. I don't know how much you guys watch other YouTubers, but I watch, all day, every day. But
all day.
Yeah, Blockchain Backer brought up something that was pretty interesting today, and it's just a theory. However, theory or not, I think it's something we should all consider, and that is, personally, each and every one of us has to have some kind of, and also the Warrior Academy says the same thing, have an exit plan. Know what your limits, because when this thing starts to go, it's going to go crazy. I mean, I've been through it, and I've watched it go up, and I watched it go down. And you know, when it starts to go, you know, inherently as human beings, we're like, oh man, it can go a little bit more. We can get a little bit, but have, you know, take some profits and really set yourself up, like Alan was saying, have yourself a bag, have yourself organized to take some profits. And I also wanted to bring up the RLUSD and Ripple. And I think we got a lot of us get so pigeonholed in our viewpoint on Ripple and what's going on. And I know some of us are invested in other projects, but primarily most of us understand Ripple and what it has to offer. And the amazingness of this company and their networking with this, and don't forget the NDAs, and we're still in a lawsuit. All this stuff is by design, and like Nerdy says, it's all played out. And the RLUSD gives them the avenue to get the US dollar equivalent into all these financial institutions, wherein they can transfer that RLUSD via XRP. I mean, they're building the financial infrastructure for the world. And don't ever forget that. You know, it's disheartening when you see it at 63 cents, but don't forget it.
Nice. Yeah, you know, something. The other thing that I was going to talk about is the custody. So, you know, when you got very large institutions not only moving, I mean, they got the perfect solution now. They got the secondary sales using Uphold. They have the institutional sales, which they can move in and out of standard custody and or Medico and or Matako, whatever how you want to say it. It doesn't matter to me. And then they have the stable coin, and then they have the native to have the XRP. So I mean, it's a perfect solution, like on chain for anything. And then the interoperability of what they're doing with it's just I'm just blown away now. I'm like, God, I'm not seeing anything that has a full complete solution other than this. I'm like, okay, now I'm just hearing way more than I need to hear now, because it's like I don't even see a competition at this point, because in real man's thinking, nobody could say that there's going to be, and I'm not a maxi on XRP. I'm just giving my point on the why I think this has always been the chosen one at this point now, because of all the connections, all the dots that they made. And these institutions are never going to put their money into a coin, okay, that's going to move money at the speed of light and be the future if there's not a company behind it. So that's obviously for some people that are new, if you want to hear this for the first time, when you have a company behind a stable coin and a native coin that is, you know, minimum amount of coins ever printed, you have something very unique. And then on top of that, now we're going to talk about the escrow. So nobody can go in and just buy up all the escrow that's really there. That's part of the, you know, supply, and just dump it. So it will have a much better option of having a stable value in the future than just about anything else. I can't even, once we get into that aspect, we're on a whole nother level, you know? So the combination of all those together is why I just literally FOMO'd in on my sell bag in the XRP. Now I have many others, and I still have some on my cold storage that I can easily move into another sell bag and sell if they pump. But I'm really hoping that this move was very, very good, because I don't know what it is, but I have a really strong feeling that we're going to get a very nice pump in the next like 2 weeks. So I'm super bullish. What do you think, K-Hud? Are you kind of You've been here
Oh,
forever too, bro. What are you feeling?
yeah.
What's your gut
Well,
telling you, man?
well, listen, okay. And Ripple's been honest about this. It will be a network effect, and there will be other assets and other blockchains to work together in conjunction with their business model. But where XRP is positioned between governments and business, I go back to the NDAs, and these are things that we don't even talk about or we don't even know about. And there's there's just so much going on with that company. However, let's circle back, and there will be other blockchains. But what Ripple and a blockchain infrastructure company, they want to tie in all these the network effect. That's what they're working towards, and not like a bank, which is why the banks are so, you know, cock hard against them, and the governments, because it's something that they're going to lose some leverage in their abilities to manage and have their own business models are going to be affected. That being said, Quant, XLM, I think a lot of these other ones will still be part of like an ecosystem. Okay, so USA, China, all these governments, they still work together. I mean, it's all freaking show, you know. But yeah, there's some animosity, and there will be a world power and another one, all that stuff. And there's nothing we can do about that. But we're here where we're at. But I do believe that XRP is the one. But I won't say that other networks won't be a part of this whole global, because it's global, man. And hey guys, we look at this shit every day, so don't get discouraged. It's just part of the process, and just have a plan.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciate you sharing that. A couple chat or comments in here. What's up, Dexterious? Appreciate the comment there. And the crazy ones talking about burning half of the XLM. Yeah, I mean, that was anytime you burn supply, you hope the price goes up, and sometimes it does, but that was a nothing burger. Didn't really do anything for XLM. It was a big mistake. They wanted to burn half the supply to get the price to move up and create more demand, and we've seen that many coins over many different bull runs. Several of us have been here for a couple bull runs.
Hey, Alan.
So yeah, what's up?
I think the burning of XLM, I think what you said is right, but I think there's a more deeper reason to do that hasn't been revealed yet, because it made no sense to me when they initially did it, except for what you said is to create demand, drive up the price, but there's something else behind it, and I'm going to stand by that until the final reason is revealed.
Yeah, I think it was a security issue. Them being a security.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, this whole thing is a video game, man.
Yeah, you got that right.
Just be the controller.
Well, and like Raul, sorry.
No, go ahead, K-Hud.
No, like Raul Paul said, just be patient. Don't fuck this up. It's very simple.
What'd he say? He said, buy the crypto, put it on cold storage, sit on your hands, and do nothing.
Yeah, and we watch this. Sorry, go ahead.
There's a billionaire that's saying this, man.
That's me.
Like, man.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
I'm gonna listen to Mr. Powell.
Yeah, don't reinvent the wheel. Yeah, here's a couple other more tips for anybody new or anybody listening to this after our live stream. You better have yourself a little Faraday bag cage, because you may not have an EMP or some political event that could cause your blackout. But I'm going to tell you what, if you got some kind of a, what's up? Chris, my dude, is in the house. What's up, buddy? So if you don't have a Faraday bag cage and we do go through a little situation and your crypto wallet gets fried and you can't buy another one, what's your other option is my question. You better start thinking about that. You better be prepared. Don't be the guy that has millions of dollars in crypto and can't get it off, can't get it onto an exchange, can't get it off your hardware wallet. You better be doing a couple test transactions on Uphold, crypto.com, whatever exchange you got that you're sending that money back to your bank account. You better have some of those. You better have some transactions done within the
You're
next
saying
like
it'll fry?
month. No, so what happens is when you don't KYC for a while or you do no transactions for like 6 months, you're probably going to get red flagged on your exchanges. So when you guys try to go cashing out and you haven't bought any crypto or sold any crypto in 6 months, you're going to get KYC. You're going to verify your ID.
We do frequent trades. I'm saying, why do you have the Faraday bag?
Okay, so I have the Faraday bag cage just in case. Let's say outside of your house there's a
EMP, fire,
a big meter, a big a power line that comes close to your house, and they have those transformers, a big giant ones. Those things can explode and send out a pulse that could fry electronics, like literally. So anything can happen is my point. But worst case scenario that we have, an event and your device is fried, right? You don't have a backup device. And where are you going to go buy one if electronics are fried all over the place? Now you got millions of dollars in crypto, but you can't cash it out. Get a Faraday bag cage.
Yeah,
keep all your electronics. Keep your hardware wallet. You should have a hardware wallet. If you don't, why are you in the crypto? You should have, generally, you want to be on the safe side, a separate device that has only your crypto on it, nothing else. And, a backup device. Have a backup device. What if Ledger has a hack? What if Ledger has a CloudStrike issue? You got a Decent wallet. What if Decent has an option? You got a Ledger. That's my advice. I've been in the maritime industry for many years. We always had redundancies, and we were taught redundancies. If you're in the military, you were taught redundancies. So have a backup plan like we've been talking about and have some redundancies so you're not left holding your bag and not being able to cash these profits out. Because this stuff's going to come quickly. You're going to be caught off guard, and you're going to be crying that your friends cash out a bunch of profits and you couldn't cash out any because you didn't do a transaction in 6 months because you didn't want to pay the $3 fee to cash out some money from Uphold instant cash out fee to your bank account. So that's my suggestion for you. I just had a friend do it, and Lily did a transaction 2 weeks ago and had to re-KYC. Send a good picture of your photo. You guys know how fun that was. How many times you had to take a picture of your ID, it didn't work, it wouldn't upload, it gave you an error message. Some of us had to send out tickets to Uphold and or other exchanges because the photo verification wouldn't work. I'm saying this for a reason. So don't screw it up like we're talking about, and make sure you're prepared. So sorry, that was a long rant.
Yeah, if you done did all the work, man, to gather up all these cryptos, man, and dollar cost average, and instead of going out to eat, you ate top ramen, or you stayed in and cooked steaks instead of going to the steakhouse. If you done all that, you got to go to the extra step to protect what you done built. You building a business, you building wealth. You know what I'm saying? And it's worth protecting. And if you don't protect it, they're gonna take it from you. You just look around. There's examples everywhere. NBA players, NFL players, baseball players, movie stars, rappers that went broke because they didn't know anything about. And see, we always say this is not financial advice, but this can be considered financial literacy that we're teaching each other. You get what I'm saying? So that's where I was lost for the first 40 years of my life. Was I was financially illiterate. I didn't know what money was for. I didn't know how to use it. I didn't know how to protect it if I got it. I just knew how to spend it. Just like with a car with me. I know how to put the gas in it and drive it. So
Mm.
you need to know how to change the oil, change your tires, and it's the same thing with this. You need to know how to do all the different things that go with the aspect of moving your assets, taking profit, and also be prepared to. While we talking about taking profits, there is an app by the 3T Warrior Academy called the Merlin app. And what it does is it lets you calculate where you want to take profit on, what you want to take profit on, but it also shows you the taxes that you're going to have to pay on that. So for everybody that's thinking about taking profits, also think about paying them taxes.
Yeah. I can't wait to get an app for that. Once I get the app, I might pay that fee to have it every month. But until they
What's
do,
that?
I'm paying that fee
The
for
Merlin,
the Merlin
so
Yeah,
what it is
Merlin doesn't have an app. That's why I didn't buy it.
and Android.
yeah.
Now, if now somebody, I don't see why you can't put an integration in there that is it. They need to have an
No, you know what you can do?
integration.
This is what you can do, Alan. You can go to the dollar store, Dollar Tree, or whatever you have in your area, buy a pack of markers, buy those white cardboards that we used to draw the fruit groups on, and you remember those boards? Draw squares, write your cryptos in those squares, write down what you have, write down your goal, what you're trying to get to, write down what you want to cash out. You can manually do this. You don't have to depend on the app. And then all your stuff ain't where everybody else can see it, where it's not on the block, it's not where somebody else can see it. You can accidentally mess something up. Write it down. Don't be lazy. This should be fun. It should be educational. I'm learning every day. That's what keeps me coming back. I learn something every day. I don't call YouTube. I call it YouTube University, right? And all I do is study crypto all day. After I get off Alan's show, I'll probably be on Jay Claver's show, or I may listen to music for a couple hours until I get sleepy. But crypto's become my job, and it's fun to me. They say if you do what you love, it'll never be work. I love what I do. I love the opportunity that we have right now, and I think a lot of folks are overlooking the opportunity, and not only the opportunity that you're being given to accumulate, but the opportunity that you're going to be given to give back in abundance to people. You've been put in a position to be able to be a provider of something, whether it's your knowledge, whether it's wealth, help for somebody, just wisdom, or just having the knowledge to be able to speak to somebody about something that they know nothing about. So I take this serious. Go ahead, my bad.
Day bag. I learned about the Fair Day bag right now, so that was cool.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people get really complacent and don't take risk off the table with a lot of things, and I think it's real important. Some of us have strength in certain areas, and some of us have strength in other areas, and when we share and bless each other with knowledge, that's how we grow as a community, and as really like a family. That's what we've kind of gathered here. We've all kind of gathered in one place as a bunch of individuals from all walks of life, and I believe we're all put in one place for a reason, so we can do great things in the future. But that being said, I'm gonna bring up two things. I gotta end it right at about an hour, so we got about 7 minutes left because I'm taking my son and his girlfriend on a little trip tomorrow, my day off. So got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. That's gonna be an early one. I'm looking forward to that one. But anybody got some last word to share? Marvin, you're on to something, buddy. And if you guys feel like you have some value out of here, you feel like you want to share anything with me to help me out with the channel, there is a little coffee link. You can scan it and buy me a coffee. If you don't want to donate anything, I don't care. I'm still going to keep doing this. It just helps me out in a big way to pay for some of the expenses of doing this every week. But Marvin, please keep sharing what you were going into there, buddy.
Okay, this is maybe the thing that may get people. Right now, your portfolio ain't showing millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, but it's going to. So this is where I want to go with that. And visualize that. Start playing with the numbers. Start using your calculator on your phone and adding or multiplying your crypto by the number that you think it could go. And understand this about life. The same people that's in your life right now that you can't convince about crypto, that don't believe in you now, they're not gonna believe in you then. But they're gonna be around trying to benefit. You get what I'm saying? So these communities, the people that we talking to now, the like-minded people that we are talking to, are going to be the people that you're going to have to gravitate to keep yourself insulated and safe, because you're going to become a target. You know what I mean?
Yep. Amen.
Yeah.
And I would say,
exactly.
Anybody that's in the chat and everybody here on the panel is that, within my own family, there's people that are like, nah, that's not a good thing. That's a scam. That's risky. That's this, that, and the third. But then when you pop on the scene within your family, not, when you pop on with your family and they see that you're doing this, that, and the third, then they're going to start asking questions. And then they're going to start asking how they can be down. And that's going to be a problem. Not to hate on your family, but at the same time, you worked so hard for so long to get certain things right. You're going to have to tell certain family members, this is what I did, this is what you can do, and that's all I can help you with. And that's harsh, but it's the truth.
I just want to say, if this happens in 2 months or 4 months, when it happens, be ready to take your profits and don't get greedy, because it'll drop down just as fast.
Nice. Mel, you got something else? And I like that comment, Chris. I'm ready to have some bunch of new friends. I'm ready for some profit soon, guys. I'm getting leery. It's time to move on. My lease is finally up, and I'm ready to move on. I'm really looking forward to what the future brings. Mel, go ahead, buddy. You got something you want to share before we get out?
No, just keep your head up. Everybody's frustrated, and we're getting close to the end, and we're about to pump. I think it's going to be good. Keep your prayers strong and stay focused. Don't go too crazy once you start making money. I guess think about the church, who you can help. The church is the people, not a pastor or something. Maybe even think helping outside the country. I'm thinking like Peru. We want to open up either a church or a hospital or something. But
yeah, I like that.
Go ahead.
I got a so my grandmother passed away in 05 or 06. Sorry, Grandma. But what happened was that same year a college fund was started in her name in the town that I grew up in Arkansas. So it's been going for like 14 or 15 years, and we as the youngsters are the ones that are privileged to pass that scholarship out every year, and it's usually in August when we do our family reunion. We'll take a Sunday and go to church, and the candidates will be there, and they'll be presented with a full ride to college. But education was big for my aunt and my family, and it's still big now. And I was talking to my mom today, and I know you got to go, Navigate. I'm gonna tell this real quick. I was talking to my mom today, and I told my mom, I said, I didn't like school when I was in school. I played sports, and I done my work to have a C average so I could play sports, right? And my mom was like, "You was always an A student." I said, "Yeah, but the things that they were teaching, they couldn't keep my attention, right?" And I said, "I think I finally found my classroom in crypto. I'm in the right class now." So just a little food for thought, man. This is a learning experience, and every day that you learn, you live too at the same time. So just keep living and keep learning, because you're gonna be called on at some point to teach and share. So with that, I salute, man.
Be happy right now. Don't wait till you're rich. You can be
happy.
happy.
Be happy now. Be happy now, man.
Take walks. Enjoy the free stuff that nature provides. Be happy, man.
Yeah.
It's easy. You can be happy or you can be sad, so choose to be happy.
Yep. Exactly. Remy, good to see you right at the end there, buddy. We are getting ready to dip out. We're at an hour. I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Tony Bags coming in the house too, right at the end.
What's up, Tony
Good to
Bags?
see you guys at the end. Sorry, I gotta go. I would be gone a couple hours, but We the Bank coming in right at the end too. What's up, buddy? Yeah, I gotta do that family thing, man. I love my son and his girlfriend, great, and they've been promising I'm gonna take him on a little trip. So tomorrow's the day.
Hey man, that's the most important thing, man. What are you doing this for? If it's not for that,
I'm going to the spring, so it's a place you only go if the weather's really good. So Lord willing, the weather will be really good tomorrow. Shout out to Angus too, coming in right at the end. Guys, I had to cut it. I got to keep it to an hour tonight, man. I would love to keep going, but 6 o'clock comes way too early. Yeah, I can hear you, Sean.
Yep.
Dude, I was
any last words?
No, I was timed out for like 2 minutes just listening to the music. I didn't hear any audio. But anyway, time to go. Thank you to Marvin Davis. Thank you, Alan, for hosting. Thank you, not Marvin. Diamond Hands. Thanks to the chat.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all, man.
No, I'm
appreciate you guys all being here tonight. Shout out to the chat, everybody.
Guys,
thanks.
Sunday,
shout out to the chat.
Coffee time, bags,
extra bullish hour.
So those that are new, or anybody that's listening to the stream, if you look in the comments, I have any YouTuber that comes on my stream, as this platform has been designed on Wednesdays for any of the YouTubers in the crypto community that are basically mainly utility-based crypto, but anybody's welcome. Just not a bunch of shill meme coins. We don't want none of those here. But we come on stream on Wednesday night and share knowledge and gather as a community in utility-based good crypto assets. And we try to share our knowledge on why we think those will be the winners. So, but not financial advice for those listening at the end. Everybody have a great week. I look forward to seeing you. Yes, you got Sunday is extra bullish hour with XRP bags. And then you also have coffee time with Berserker and Uncle Buster, Fuma Boy, and Nerdy. And I'm on there generally on Tuesday. We have Boardroom. So love to see you guys on any of the streams. Look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. At that, everybody have a good night. CryptoNavigator out.
Peace.
Peace.